Georgia, a country where Europe meets Asia, yet feels completely its own. Here, landscapes change faster than expectations. Mountains rise above ancient valleys, and cities grow from centuries of history. This journey begins with a simple idea: to explore a place still untouched by mass tourism and understand why travelers remember it long after leaving. Across the Caucasus region, Georgia sits quietly between powerful neighbors, but its identity remains strong. Within only a few hours, modern streets turn into rural villages and highways lead into dramatic wilderness. It is not a large country, yet it feels endlessly varied. In the early morning, Tbilisi wakes slowly. Warm light reaches the rooftops, and the river reflects the city's calm rhythm. Wooden balconies lean over narrow streets, carrying stories from generations before. This is not a city built for speed. It is a city built for living. Above the old town, Narikala Fortress watches silently. For centuries, it has observed travelers arriving from every direction. Standing here, the past does not feel distant. It feels present. Walking through the streets, daily life becomes the experience. Conversations echo from small cafes. Footsteps pass along stone paths. And time seems to slow naturally. Georgia does not demand attention. It invites observation. Go. Leaving the capital, the road turns toward the mountains. The landscape opens wider with every kilometer, and buildings slowly disappear behind valleys. The journey becomes quieter, and the air becomes clearer.
Wow, what a view! It's incredible, so green and vast.
Look at those peaks, amazing.
This is the best hike yet.
Totally.
Then, the mountains reveal themselves. Kazbegi rises from the horizon, powerful yet peaceful, high above the valley. A small church stands against the vast sky. It is simple, but unforgettable. Here, silence replaces noise. Wind moves across the grass. Clouds drift across the peaks, and the world feels larger than before. Moments like this are why people travel. Far to the west, the atmosphere changes again. The air becomes warmer, and the sound of waves replaces mountain wind. Batumi lives beside the Black Sea, relaxed and open. Palm trees line the coast, and sunlight reflects endlessly across the water. When evening arrives, the city transforms. Lights appear across the skyline, and reflections dance along the shore. Energy replaces stillness, yet the feeling remains calm. Georgia holds both worlds, movement and peace. But beyond landscapes, culture lives at the table. Meals last longer than expected. Conversations continue, and strangers become friends. Hospitality here is not a service. It is a tradition. Every region offers something different, yet the feeling remains familiar. Mountains, cities, sea, and silence, all connected by the same warmth. Georgia is not a destination you simply visit. It is a place you experience, and often a place you wish to return to.
This view is breathtaking.
Yeah, you can see for miles. Makes the climb worth it. This view is incredible. So glad we came.
Yeah, it's perfect hiking weather.
Let's keep this pace. The peak is just ahead.
This promenade is incredible.
Yeah, it's perfect for a ride.
I could walk here all day.
Best way to see the coast.
In Georgia, the day begins quietly. Morning light reaches the narrow streets, and small shops open without hurry. Local markets slowly come alive, not with noise, but with familiar greetings. Fresh bread leaves the oven, coffee is poured, and conversations start long before work. Life here follows its own rhythm, unforced and unhurried.
These tomatoes look good today.
Yes, very fresh. The cucumbers too.
Let's trade some later.
Good idea. I'll save some for you.
Time to bake. In you go.
Food in Georgia is never rushed. A table fills slowly, dish after dish, each prepared to be shared. Hands pass plates across the table, and the meal becomes a moment of gathering. Here, eating is not only about taste, but about being together.
These veggies look amazing. Pass the bread?
Of course. Here you go.
Wow, can I have some too?
You sure can. Here.
Someone's hungry.
This is so lovely.
Some dishes become symbols of a country. Khachapuri arrives fresh from the oven, warm bread holding melted cheese inside. It is simple, comforting, and meant to be shared. Kinkali dumplings follow, carefully folded by hand. There's even a small ritual to eating them. Learned with smiles more than instructions. Meals like these stay in memory, long after the journey ends.
These kinkali look amazing.
They smell incredible. Let's dig in.
The broth inside is perfect.
You have to eat the whole thing.
So juicy.
Wine in Georgia is more than a drink. Vineyards stretch across the valleys, cared for across generations. The wine is made slowly, often beneath the earth, following traditions thousands of years old. A glass is raised, not only to taste, but to connection. Here, wine carries history.
To us, and many more sunsets like this.
And to great friends.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
This wine is amazing.
It really is. Perfect.
Travel in Georgia feels simple. Roads connect mountains to cities, and short journeys lead to completely different worlds. A ride through town, a view from a window, a quiet walk through a village. Movement here is not hurried. Sometimes, the path itself becomes the experience.
Hi there. First time in the city?
Yeah, it is. Any good spots nearby?
Definitely. There's a great cafe just around the corner.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
I'm so glad you could all make it tonight.
It looks and smells amazing. You've outdone yourself.
Really does. Everything looks so fresh.
Starving. Let's dig in. Please help yourselves.
In the end, places are remembered through people. A shared meal, a simple conversation, a welcoming smile from someone you just met. Moments like these feel small, yet they stay the longest. Georgia is not only seen, it is felt. And often, what you carry home is not the view, but the warmth you found there.
Hi, I'd like to buy a tourist SIM card.
Sure, we have this 10 GB plan for 500 rupees.
Great, I'll take it. How do I activate it?
Just insert the SIM and restart your phone.
Before visiting Georgia, a few simple tips make the journey easier. Cash is useful in smaller towns, though cities accept cards. Local SIM cards are inexpensive and keep you connected almost everywhere. Distances are short, but landscapes change quickly, so planning less often leads to discovering more. Getting around is part of the experience. Trains connect the major cities. Small buses reach the villages. And sometimes a simple taxi ride becomes a conversation. Here, travel rarely feels complicated. Often, the journey itself becomes the memory. Georgia is not defined by a single place. It is mountains and coast, silence and celebration, tradition and everyday life. You do not visit only to see it. You visit to feel how naturally everything connects. And long after the journey ends, what remains is a feeling of welcome. Not every destination leaves a memory, but some quietly become part of you. Thank you for traveling with us. More journeys are waiting.